Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning,
Look at this
good
co-host right here,
morning.
Stephanie, one of the founders of Long Island Breakfast Club show. Let me give you a kiss. Mwah.
Yes, I
Good
wanted
morning,
to be
good
treated
morning.
like everybody else.
I have to tell you, Valentina, we miss you, we miss you, we miss you. And it's very different. I'm not used to having someone that automatically covers up herself and is super, super nice to me before the show. Anyway, I hope you're feeling well. She's a little under the weather today, but she'll definitely be back on Wednesday. And yeah, we really miss you. I was going to do a couple of different things this morning, but I was running around like a chicken without a head. So we have one of our guests that is supposed to be here, running a little late. Possibly he can come. Possibly he might not be here. It is. So anyway, so let's start. How are you, hon?
Good.
What'd you do this weekend? I know Easter was a great weekend.
Was beautiful.
So what'd you do, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh no, it was very different for us because it's the first time in 18 years that my grandson wasn't with us. He didn't come home from college, so we didn't dye the eggs. So we just revolted and we had all you could eat crab legs at home. Instead, we forego the regular ham and
You said crab legs.
Crab legs, yeah.
Really?
We had all that. We just had a couple of pots of them and made the best of it.
See, now that's what I wanted.
Crab legs?
Yes. Now wait, you invited me to come play backgammon
and cocktail hour.
and a cocktail hour. But can we do backgammon cocktail hour with a little crab legs?
You have to ask the
Look,
chef.
look,
What do you
look,
think,
look.
Bill?
No, oh, now,
What do you think,
now,
Bill? All
now we're
right.
not even talking about it.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. You're always welcome. You know that.
Yes, thank you. Today, this weekend, I got to tell you, was really crazy. I want to thank, we had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time at Garden World. Kiwanis of Franklin Square and Garden World combined and had an Easter egg hunt.
Oh, nice.
And when I tell you, it was packed. Seth, Craig, you guys did a phenomenal job over there. I don't know how you guys did it. Craig was there since 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So the poor guy, he does work like a horse. Seth, I'm giving you a little credit too. Seth is the owner. And Tracy, his wife, she's a wonderful bunny, the best bunny ever. And it was great. I mean, all the clubs, the whole club was there. I mean, we saw a lot of friends, a lot of kids, and people I didn't even know had kids came out. So it was a great time. So, and then besides that, with the kids, thank you for my kids for helping out. John Gregory and Chloe Ann, they're home now. They were supposed to be here today, but they'll probably be here Thursday. They're too busy sleeping. They were up playing those video games, those roadblocks and all that stuff. But anyway, moving right along. Today is National Animal Crackers Day and National Lineman Appreciation Day. That's about football. It's not linemen, the guys that hold the flags. It's the lineman football players for all the hard work that they do to make quarterbacks and running backs and all those guys look good. And what else do we have? We have National High Five Day.
Aw,
Okay, high five, baby. There
we go.
And then Get to Know Your Customers Day. National Poem. Okay, National Poem Day. National Poem in Your Pocket Day. What is that?
Roses are red, violets are blue.
No, killer. National Poem in Your Pocket Day. What is that?
A poem in your pocket.
What, you write a poem, you put it in your pocket?
Can.
All right.
Could write a poem and put it anywhere.
All right.
I thought it was roses are red, violets are blue. You're adorable and I like you.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that one.
Okay.
I'm
quick on my feet.
Yes, you are. That's for sure. And then we have also National Columnist Day. So appreciate all your columnists that no matter what paper they write for, I know it's a lot of work doing that. And give me a big shout out. So other than that, talk to me.
Okay.
How are you, love?
Very good, thank you. Very good. Today is also, I'm just going to bring this up. I went to college with Nate the Skate Archibald, and I was Googling around today, and today is his birthday. He's 74 years old, and we went together to school at the University of Texas at El Paso. I went through a phase where I was finding myself, and I thought I was in Texas,
So
but
did
I
you
wasn't.
find yourself?
Not in Texas. No, I wasn't there, but I did find myself. I went to
I
New
think, did you
Jersey.
find yourself?
I did a few schools looking for
Okay.
myself. I finally found myself, but
You
lo
finally
and behold, it was right here in CW Post. I didn't really have to go all over the country. I could
Oh,
have just
my
stayed
God.
right home, but
That's
it was
funny.
more exciting, and my father had deep pockets, so it worked out well.
Good job, Dad. Good job. You were mentioning earlier, we were talking about baseball.
Oh,
missed something.
about Babe Ruth. Today
Babe
was
Ruth.
opening day at Yankee Stadium. And
Now, the only reason why I'm letting her do this is because I'm a Met fan.
oh,
And so,
all right. What can I tell you? Anyway, it was opening day at Yankee Stadium,
Lord.
and was the first place that Babe Ruth ever hit a home run. So that's pretty interesting, because he went on to do so many
that's
other
right,
things.
that's right, that's right. And what about his little, his candy bar thing?
That's
I was a little upset about that.
Have you ever
I
heard?
saw the movie. They had a movie about it a while back ago about his life and everything like that.
I don't think they put that in.
No,
because
they didn't put. No,
that's
that was after they had a commentary thing, and it was mentioning a few things, and one of them was that.
the Babe Ruth. Well, this is a case of greedy, greedy never gets, because he had agreed to have a candy bar named after him, and it was going to be the Babe Ruth bar. And he was going to be paid, I don't remember how much, but he was going to be paid by the advertising agency and the candy manufacturer to use his name. And he said, okay. And then the day it came to sign the contract, like anybody else, you'd speak to someone else, and someone always tells you, oh, this is a better deal, or you can get a better deal, and you believe it. And so when it came time to sign for the Babe Ruth, he didn't sign. He said, you can't use my name. He said, well, you know what? Now they're going to be Baby Ruth. And that's the story
That was
behind
it.
Baby Ruth and Babe Ruth's.
But then afterwards, they started. Oh, years later, the Reggie bar.
You said that right.
Right, the Reggie
and
bar.
he did it, though.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he was very.
He made a commitment and signed on.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I didn't have nobody. Nobody brought me bread. I forgot. I know we're supposed to break bread.
Oh, and I forgot, too. I have that game for
See,
you.
Valentina, it's not the same, honey.
No, we miss you,
We
Tina,
miss you
desperately.
so much.
It's not
I
the same.
apologize.
We're trying, but we're
Yeah,
struggling.
We're trying. That's it. We're just holding on,
struggling.
right? We're holding on.
I got that. I had the card game for you, and I forgot to
Do you?
bring it. Yeah, I do.
I got to tell you, I was watching the. I don't watch TV often. They had something that the Bachelor, the Bachelor.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
watch any of that
Okay.
stuff, but it just so happens that they were talking about it on the show, and I never knew with the Bachelor stuff that the guy gets to sleep with the girls. I mean, I don't know if it's real, but I mean, I'm assuming it
Oh,
is.
they go in the. Well, they do.
They go in a private room and.
That's just ridiculous.
I mean,
It's-
it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. You want to try the product out. No, I'm teasing. No.
Excuse me?
Wait, I didn't mean it like.
Valentina,
No,
you better
no,
get
no.
back here, because you're the only one that can smack him and get away with it.
No. So what happened was it was 3 contestants that were left. He sent the one that he didn't sleep with, that he couldn't sleep with, sent her home. And then the other 2 that he slept with, were the last 2 remaining.
Okay.
And then he thought about it afterwards and decided not to pick either one of them because he slept with them.
Of course.
So now he wants the other one back.
And I hope she doesn't go.
Okay, so that's probably going to be the next episode, the final episode, or whatever it is. But the question is, should you sleep with someone, male or female, on your first date?
On your first date?
Well,
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
I know I'm not. I'm asking the wrong person.
God bless me. Holy maloli.
No, you know what? Because you sit there and you think about it. You go. Sometimes you go out with someone and you wait months and months and months, and then when you do, you try to make up for the whole months that you could have got it over with on the first.
I'm
date.
rethinking being so nice to you now.
Look, I meant vice versa. I mean, there are guys that feel that I don't know many, but that feel that they. It's just not
Get
coming
out
out
of
right.
this one. Let's. Oh,
not
I'm just
coming
gonna-
out of this
I'm
one.
just going to let you keep talking. Go right ahead.
No, but they were talking about it. Well, how do people feel about going out with someone and first date you get it out of the way and then hopefully the relationship grows and whatever. I mean, to me, I would rather the person wait. I would rather wait. But when you're younger, don't get me wrong. When you're young, your hormones or whatever. When you're in your teens and stuff. I mean, probably even when you're older. But
It's not going your way.
all right, so freaking help me for crying out loud. God almighty. Damn, Tina, I miss you really bad. Oh, my God, Tina.
No, I think that, that's like religion. I never like to discuss those things with people because everybody.
Right.
Because everybody.
She's like, you're getting red.
I just want to
Look at
point
that
out that Gregg is officially blushing. That's
Wow.
all. In case you're just listening, I want you to know he's blushing. But no, there are people that do that. I mean, but I did see there was a very interesting show on TV, and it was about the reality shows, The Bachelor,
Right.
and it was where the girls are there, and they're saying, "Oh, hurry up! This one's coming. This one's sobering up. Get some more champagne. Get them more champagne." They encourage them
Right.
to get drunk. But you talk about The Bachelor sleeping together. The part I can't get over is the girls. Now this show's been on, I want to say, 27 years.
What's this?
The Bachelor.
Has it really?
Oh, I think so.
You see, I don't
really,
even know.
a real
I
long
don't.
time. Because don't you remember the very first Bachelorette got married?
Right.
And everything was
Oh,
pink, that
That's
Trista.
right. That's right. That's right.
That was
That's how long ago
yeah,
it is.
yeah. And so what happened was the girls get drunk and they fight with each other and they say things. And I just would love to be on the sideline and say, have you never seen this show before? How is it that you're so catty? I can't believe they never watched the show before and saw the situations that the other girls are in, and yet they went happily along and did the same thing. It makes no sense to me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
Really?
No, of course not. It's all make believe. You
Well,
going on these-
I always say, it is TV. It's what they definitely hype it up to. It's like you turn around and you have, what is that? The one with they used to do the fighting, not the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, you're the father. You're the father.
Yeah. Or that's Maury Povich, I think, right? Yeah, one of those.
One of them does.
And
You're the father.
You sit there and you watch it, and you turn around and you say to yourself, is this real? You turn around, you're getting tested. You have 7 different men, and you're calling everybody the father. But, or you get them on the show and you tell them, listen, look, I want to tell you that I cheated on you. Why would you go on air? You telling your boyfriend you cheated on him, and I don't get it.
It's sensational. But by the same token, you wonder how long and how hard they have to look for someone willing to do that.
Right.
People
right.
aren't just coming
well,
out
you know
of the
what?
woodwork.
No, you know what? No, they call in. My friend worked at when I used to have a limousine company a long time ago, and when they watch that show, mostly it's the Midwest that you get a lot of those people from the Midwest and stuff, and they want that.
My mother's my
you know what I
uncle's
mean?
brother.
Yeah,
My father.
my daddy says I tongue kiss the best, one of those things, But and I could never understand that, But to turn around and to you're going on a show. There was something called, I think, my ex on the beach or something. How do you? I didn't even get to see it yet. I can't even imagine what that's about. You're on the beach with a bunch of girls or a bunch of guys, vice versa, and your ex is there, but you're supposed to be meeting, I think, someone else, or I don't know. I don't understand that, but people love it.
And look at the
People
shows.
love
They have
it.
the summer house now. They take all these people and put them in a house in the Hamptons and,
Yeah.
and let them loose. And you know what it is? It's my father was an advertiser. That's how I know about the baby Ruth and all that. And my father said that they went by one credo: that the masses are asses, and properly packaged, they'll buy anything.
That's right.
And if you
Doesn't
think
even
about
have to be packaged right either. I tell you.
That's why he said to me one time when I was growing up, he'd say, if anything happens, never yell rape or never yell anything. He said, always yell fire because people will come out of the woodwork to see a good fire.
Yeah. Isn't it sad,
But
though?
very sad. They wouldn't
Isn't
help
it
the person.
something?
It's what's going on today is so ridiculous. That girl was raped on the subway and everybody watched. Remember that?
Yeah.
And
people, you know what it
it's
is?
a shame.
People are so scared. And it was just like long time ago when I had the limousine business, I helped a woman. I told you the story. I helped a woman that fell on the street.
Right.
And nobody went to help her, right? So I got out of the car and I helped her up. She tried to sue me for $2 million.
You're kidding.
Instead, I hurt her shoulder, yeah. You turn around and you say to yourself, this is what the world came to. But because of the Good Samaritan Act, it still costed me like $5,000 for an attorney.
Oh, I'm sure.
But so it's sad because someone like me, I'm always helping everybody. And if I see somebody fall, I'm like, should I help them? I mean,
know.
I always will,
it's
but
tough to be, it's difficult to, it's like the old story. The man is beating the woman with an umbrella. And then you go to stop the man, and you hit the man, and then the other woman turns on you.
I had one of those too when I was in Hawaii. Yeah,
Tell me what happened.
The guy was arguing with this girl, and I was in the Marine Corps, and I'm with a couple of friends, and we just came out of a bar or whatever. We were going to another bar. We were just bar hopping, and all of a sudden the guy's yelling and screaming, and then all of a sudden, just from a distance, you see him, and he hits her.
Whoa.
And I was like, whoa, and I start running over to him. And I said, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now he takes a swing, and that was the worst. Anyway, he took a swing. Things didn't work out too well on his part. But I was fighting with him. She jumped on my back. When I tell you, tried to rip my face open.
I'm not
I
surprised.
was like, wow. Afterwards, I threw her off my back, and I was like, I said to him, I'm really sorry. And I said, finish doing what you're doing.
Good luck.
Really.
You do
Because
deserve each other.
you deserve each other. Yeah. That's why I always turn around and it said you don't ever want to get involved in somebody's business because you never, ever know.
You never know the real
It's
story.
right. It's like, yeah. So I have a friend of mine, his wife beats him. See? Well, I see, look. But it's okay when you say a guy beats a woman. I'm saying it's not okay, but it's more acceptable because, yeah, it's been,
more the norm,
Right,
I
it's
think.
more norm, yeah. So to turn around and sometimes we would see him and he's got a little knot here. He's got, yeah. And everybody knows, but she's just very, very hard. But she's been like that her whole life.
See, that's unusual
and
because
yeah,
we needle.
right.
We don't hit.
Yeah,
Women
well,
needle.
well, that's because you know what? They don't talk about it. It's true. They don't. They really don't. You know, it's just. Well, do I really want to come out and say, yeah, my partner beat me?
No, well, even women
No,
don't.
you
They
know?
cover up.
Right,
And
right,
they'll
they
say
cover
what
up, that's
happened.
right.
They cover up with makeup, or how many times you see someone with bruises and then what happened? I walked into the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
You can walk
You
into
walk
the
into a
wall.
lot of
How many-
walls.
How many times can you walk into the wall or fall down the stairs? I think once is enough for that, but
It's true.
I
It's
get
true.
glasses if I was walking into the wall all the time. But there's also a sense of pride. I think people have pride and they don't want to admit that they're settling for less than
That's right.
good behavior.
But then you know what? There are. I got to be honest with you. There are people. Again, because I know so many people and I've made a lot of friends throughout the years, and a friend that I grew up with, she always kind of dated guys that were physical with her. I don't know how you attract from one guy being physical to another guy being. I don't understand what kind of a magnet is that. That, well, you know what? Out of 20 guys, yeah, when you guys, out of 20 guys, the one that beats me is the one I really want. I mean, it's just, that's what she always attracted.
There's always,
and it's
there's
sad.
always a reason for why people are drawn.
Yeah, I mean,
to
it
certain types
could
of
stem back
people.
from when you were little. Your dad did. I mean, it could be a daddy issue or a mommy issue, whatever it is. So, yeah, I just don't understand how you.
And they stay. Well, I had a friend who had a husband who used to beat her up, and she really let me know how stupid I was because when I said to her at one point, "How long were you married?" and she said 7 years. Well, I guess the look on my face pretty much said it all. And she said to me, "Well, that just shows how little you know about domestic violence." I said, "Okay, why is that?" She said, "Well, because they hit you once, and then sorry, everything is going to be better. It's going to be one, and it's better for a year." And then the next time they do it, they'll be better, and it lasts 6 months. It's only, you only leave when it comes down to be like weekly.
Right,
But,
right.
you know, you
but even
always
then,
believe in
but even
hope.
that, but then even then, some people, male or female, I have to say, they're like, well, he didn't mean it. I pissed him off. You know, he was drinking and he didn't. You know what I mean? You're finding excuses for the person. I could never understand that.
No, that's unacceptable. But yet people do it, and I think people are getting more and more aware now because there's more and more. Don't forget, now there's more places to go for help. I mean, when I got married, my mother told me, "Well, good luck to you. Have a good time, and you made your bed, now lie in it, so I don't want to hear anything." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So
Really?
when things hit the fan, I had to call my father because I wasn't about to call my mother. Told me
Right.
to make my bed and lay in it. So
Your parents strict?
very. My neighbors.
Did you get the wooden spoon? Nah.
No, they
you
didn't.
don't seem like.
They didn't hit, but my neighbors will say in the summer you could always tell the curfew because people didn't have air conditioning at that point, and the windows would be open, and you could hear my feet running down the street to be there for the curfew. So
Really?
it was a funny thing. You talk about give and take. Now I had a curfew, and it was very funny because if I called my father, in other words, if I wanted to stay out later and I called with enough time to, if the answer was no, sometimes he would let me. But if I called like 5 minutes before, can I stay out later,
Right, then it
where I
was
was
right.
going to be late, he'd say no.
Right,
That
right.
would be an annoyance because that was taking for
Right,
granted
right.
that I was no, my parents. Well, I was an only child, and they were, at this point, my mother was 38 when she had me. So that's old.
Okay.
So they had a lifestyle that I fit into more than they fit into me,
Okay.
more or less. But in return for doing what I was supposed to, they rewarded me nicely. I had cars, trips, schools.
Well, I didn't.
I had nice things
I
to
had the
do.
Metro
I earned
bus.
them. Oh.
That's when I had the train.
How I earned.
Did you?
What was funny, because one time I was in the city and it started to rain. I was at a meeting, and I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and she must have been with a friend. And I said, "Well, I'm just going to get on a bus." This is how I found out in the city you can't take a bus without a little card. They don't take
Right.
money. You have to have a card. I didn't even know how to ride the bus. So I said to Dara, I took the bus. Her girlfriend is hysterical. She said, "Has your mother ever been on a bus?" I said, "Apparently no, because I didn't even know you couldn't pay. I
Isn't
didn't know
that
what to do."
something? Oh, my God.
She's like, "How do you get on a bus?"
Wow. Paulie, I just see you watching really quickly, Paulie. Look at what I'm wearing. And I had a funny feeling you were going to watch today. I'm wearing a watch that he gave me. It's a Dallas Cowboy
You know
watch.
what? And
You
I
get to watch.
just looked at that when we were
Yeah.
over there, and I thought, what a beautiful
Yeah.
watch. You're a Cowboy
So,
fan?
yeah, big time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
big
am
time.
too.
Yeah.
High five day for the
All right,
Cowboys.
getting a little better here. But do you have? They had something with one of the celebrities with Ben Affleck. How do you feel about Ben and Jen?
Squared once
Yeah.
again. I think that's I mean, aside from all the sappiness that everybody talks about, I think it's two people that were in love, and sometimes things happen and it doesn't work out, and years later, case in point is myself, and years later it works out. I think it's the maturity of people, their interests. I just think that,
Marrying. I always say actors can only marry actors because it's really. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have who's one of the longtime. Well, I know one of the couples, Kelly Ripken and
Kelly Ripa and Mark
Ripper. Is it
Consuelos.
Ripper or Ripke?
Ripa.
Ripper. Yeah. And with the
Mark
right,
Consuelos.
Consuelo. I mean, that's like history. He's one of them.
Yeah.
They are one of them. Who's another one? I mean, but he was an actor. I'm talking about someone that
There are a lot.
wasn't.
Now, who's the Bridges?
That wasn't.
One of the Bridges boys met a waitress on the job when he was filming a movie in Montana, I think. They got married. Matt Damon met a girl in Miami. She was a waitress.
Right.
And he married her.
Yeah, but old time. It was just old time. I mean, oh God, who is it?
Mel Gibson was married for years.
Is he still? All right, she wasn't an actress, right? Mel Gibson. Okay.
No.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, there weren't that many when you really think about it.
No.
I mean, it's just imagining getting, constantly. You have no privacy.
It's
and it's sad.
Yes and no, because I have my own feelings about it. I don't like when celebrities won't sign autographs, and I don't.
Oh, that bothers me.
They should be so darn grateful.
Right. That bothers me.
That people like them and
that bothers me.
and want anything to do with them. I mean,
Yeah.
you to the victor go the spoils. Look at the athletes, the same thing.
Yes.
They want your autograph. They want to be close to you, and that's only fair.
It's true.
I'm paying you $450 million
Exactly.
salary.
Exactly.
Thank
sign
you.
this tissue or something.
Exactly.
But give a quick little shout out to a few people: Jenny A, Jenny C, Susan Pinky. How are you? Stacy, Saba. Good morning. Good morning. Valentina. I just love seeing Valentina. Wow, I'm not used to watching you.
What did she
looking
say?
at your name, but she just said good morning.
Aw.
Okay, Jerry
miss
Ferretti.
you.
How are you, buddy? Ray Luis, how are you? Karen Hernandez. Good morning. Good morning. I know you're out there working your butt off. Eliza, good morning. I hope you feel better. She's under the weather also. Barbara Shrek, how are you? I've known her for years. She used to help take care of my daughter at the school. And Tabby McCabe, good morning, good morning, good morning. And then Gina Marie, I got to give you a big shout out since you left from Staten Island to Jersey. I miss you. I miss you. I miss the whole family. Hopefully one of these days we can get together. Kool-Aid, she's watching from Hawaii. A friend that I've known for years. She's a sweetheart. Her name is Carmen. And Power 78 Radio, DJ Mike Torres, DJ MDW, DJ Benny B, DJ Cliff Hernandez. We're looking forward to in a couple of weeks. We're going to have another another radio launch here at G's at 157 Hempstead Avenue in West Hempstead, which is here. We're looking forward to that. May, again, I am very sorry for your 50th birthday I missed. But I promise I will make it up. And what else? Am I missing anybody? I was missing. Yes, Taz, hun. Thank you so much. She did this beautiful picture of my son, my daughter, and myself. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I know she was going to come by on the show and say hello. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this. Isn't this
It's
beautiful?
beautiful. That's really, she's
Isn't it?
talented beyond.
Oh, extremely, extremely. It's
Beautiful.
She's a very gifted.
She made you look.
Kelly.
She made you good looking.
I know. That's why I said this is like the best one yet. You know, the best one yet. And Marge Kelly, good morning. How are you, hon? How's the hubby? I hope everybody's doing well. And today is my cousin's birthday, Debbie. I love you. I love you. I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. She met a great man, and I got to give him a big shout out also. Her daughter just came out with an album. She's Sasha. She sings, and she's just amazing. Her family is just amazing. And yep, that's. Did I miss anything else? No, I didn't miss anything else. No, I think I got everybody covered. Good, we're covered. So anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about.
So, you know what I have for you, Bill?
What?
Remind me next time to bring it, because now you're a Cowboy fan.
Yes.
I have the big layout when they first opened the new stadium.
Really?
Yeah, I have it all framed. It's got your name on it now.
Really?
Well, my grandson was over, and we went through his room.
She's a keeper, Bill.
I went,
Now you know I have to come over for backgammon.
we went through my grandson. We went through the room with my grandson and what he wanted to keep, and what he didn't want to keep. Because I have Jets footballs and Islander memorabilia.
Well, you just collected things, or people just gave them to you,
People
or
just gave them to me.
Okay.
And then I worked at the Coliseum, so all the Islanders would give you. The only stick I kept was Pat LaFontaine's because my daughter had mad crush on him.
Really?
So I have his stick, and some of the people we don't even know who they are anymore.
Right.
But I do have a couple of Dallas Cowboy things that he said to me, I don't want those. I don't be offended. He said, no, I don't want
Really?
those. Yes, so.
Okay.
They're coming out now. Got some
All
place
right.
to go. Bill wants me to get rid of everything, so see, I'm working on it, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
But I'm working on it, so that'll be your next gift.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, so I forgot to shout out Q. I'm giving you a big shout out. Bree, I'm always putting you on the spot. I'm looking forward to one day meeting Matt, and I'm looking forward to going to a wedding. All right, I have a funny feeling a wedding is coming on after you graduate college. So both of you guys, I'm looking forward to this. So just to give you a quick shout out, and yeah, so I just want to make sure if
Oh, that's
I know,
nice.
yeah.
Weddings are
I know
great.
weddings are great. I know, but she's the poor girl's only like 19. I'm just teasing her.
Well,
I'm just teasing her. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just really happy that she's happy. She's
and if she's got a
extremely
good
happy.
guy today,
Yeah,
that's very
you know
difficult.
what? And it's really, you know what? And they met on the plane, and that I got to tell you. I know you were mentioning something about the airport. You're right. I have to say you were right with the airport because someone did meet someone at the airport. Yeah, and don't talk about me meeting somebody with no teeth. So that doesn't count for me. But yeah, they did meet at the
Do I
airport.
wanna
They
know
sat
that
there.
story?
No. It's just just a random.
I have a friend that
Yeah,
married
yeah.
someone he met on Josh Mankiewicz from the news.
Okay.
He met his wife, future wife, in an airport waiting on a line. They just exchanged information. It took them about 10 or 11 years, but they did get
Really?
married. Yeah, but they did get married. Yeah. So it is
That's
possible.
something. No, I mean anywhere is possible. I mean, I just I'm just like the airport. I don't see it. I'm sorry, I don't see it. Where other people say yes, but I don't see it. I mean, for me. What's up, Ed Shin? How are you, buddy? Hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a while, but see, I can't even. Did you marry him out of college, or did you know him for years, or
No,
Bill?
we dated, and we met actually at a Republican function, which I to this day, it's the only good thing that ever came out of the Republican event.
Oh, I thought you said the only
for
good
me.
thing out of the marriage. I was like, wait a second, what'd you say? Sorry about that.
And then we dated in the 80s, 81, and then he moved to Florida and left me here.
Really,
Yeah.
Bill?
He just left me flat.
But he came back and found you.
Yes.
Look at
Years
yes.
later.
Look at
Years
that face.
later. It was only 35 years later, but hey, who's counting?
Really?
Yeah. Well, we had kept in touch over the years, and
Isn't that something?
because
Bill.
we did.
You should get Bill on here, Bill. Look at, he goes, don't go there, hon. Don't go there.
I was just
Look at
about
her.
to say
Look.
something.
Don't go there. Look at her. He's like, don't even do it.
He gets nervous every
Look.
time. He gets nervous every time I open my mouth. He never knows what's
you're
coming
right.
out.
That's right. That's right.
But no, we are. So that was good. We were very fortunate to reconnect because what?
We missed something there.
Yeah, there. All right, now I'm going to tell the story.
Look,
Go there.
Look.
Oh,
Oh, you see? Wait a minute.
Oh.
You see? The boy, see, look. That's the most important part. I love that.
I left that part out.
35 years, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. He left. Well,
I
all of a
left
sudden,
that
we're just hearing that she had a
I
boyfriend.
left that part out.
Okay,
But
see?
then when we started
The most important part. I love this one. Go
then
ahead.
when we started to talk again, and he was married at the time, but we were just friendly talking because we really were good friends. And then but I really still had feelings. So when he'd call the office, I would get excited, and my secretary would come in and she'd say, "Bill's on the phone." I go, "Oh, okay." So I talked to him, and he said to me, "Oh, I just got back from Barco Island where I bought a condo."
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay, like this." I go, like this. Then the next time he calls, he goes, "Oh, I just bought a brand new Corvette." I said to my girlfriend, "Don't ever put his calls through again. I'm done with him. I'm done with him." Then we went to email because I said, "I'm done talking. I don't want to hear the next thing he's buying." So then he says to me, he said, "Well, maybe I was trying to impress you." I said, "Why would you do that?" He said, "Well, I wasn't too happy and things like that." I said, "Well, yeah, better than the car and the condo would have been, look, my marriage is floundering. That would have got my attention a lot sooner instead of all this crap you're buying." I was just waiting to hear what I bought her next. I'm like, oh, geez.
But then what about the boyfriend?
Oh, well,
See, look, again, she still forgot that part. All right, there you go. Okay, look at this. Now she's turning red. Here we go.
It was so funny. The night I met him, I was going to this event, and my boyfriend did not go, and I knew he was not going. But I went with this guy that I worked with, and he was my age. We were like best friends in the office, and he'd say to me, "Just don't do your usual. You walk around, you leave, you talk to all these people. The next day, they're all calling me asking for information about you. I don't like defending your honor all the time." I said, "Fine. So let's do this." I said, we'll constantly keep an eye contact, and you and I are the only one who'll know that when you go like this, I'll know that I have to come back, that I've exceeded like a dog. I went too far on my leash.
Gotcha.
So now I'm talking to him, and he says to me, and I liked him, and he liked me, and he says to me, "Your boyfriend's giving me dirty looks," and all I could think about was, "Oh my God, he could be here. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble." And then it wasn't. I said, "That's my boss." But I did get caught once because how I did get caught in the end
Ooh, I like this one.
was that
This gets really good.
Bill was having surgery, and at Winthrop Hospital, I'll never forget it. So I just parked my car there and dropped him, went in with him. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And later on that day, my boyfriend calls me and said, "What were you doing at the hospital?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" Because someone that he worked with had come out and seen my car and got to work and said to him, "Hey, is everything okay? I saw Stephanie's car at the hospital." I was like, "Oh." And then, one thing led to another, and that's how I came out, as it were.
Okay.
Yes, and then he left me, and I had to go back to this jerk. I was like, "How do you like
No, boy,
that?"
you are
I
a
had to go
prize. I
back.
like that. That was good. But he was probably hurt.
He left me, moved to Florida, left me high and dry, and I had to go back to this jerk.
And that didn't last long, you see? Oh, it did.
It lasted about 10 years.
Damn. I thought she was going to say a few months. She had 10 years. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a story.
God, and I haven't even had anything to drink
I
yet.
know, I swear you. That's just Coca-Cola. I
haven't
swear
had
you.
anything to drink
Oh,
yet.
my God.
Usually I'll have coffee and Greg will fix me up, but this time I just had plain old soda.
Oh, my God.
Maybe that's the problem.
I think
Maybe
that's what it is.
The sugar. I'm getting a rush.
It's funny.
That's what it is. Maybe it's the sugar. Remind me, note to self, don't
That's
drink
it.
soda
That's
anymore.
it. Don't let her drink soda. At least when she comes here. Look at Bill. Bill's like, "I can't believe this shit." Look at him. He's all knotted up right now. We can't mute this part.
He's gonna beat me in the car.
I know, right? You're in trouble on this one. Am I still invited for backgammon?
They have your address in the Uber here so they can pick her up.
Oh, my
Uber. Nice.
Oh, God. Bluesette, thank you for watching, Bluesette. How are you, hon? Giving you a shout out right now. Yeah, so,
Yeah, no. So that was my life.
okay, your first love. Who's your first love?
Oh,
No, wait, hold on. Not even a wait.
I don't
wait,
wanna
no.
say.
Oh, God, forget it. Sorry. I didn't mean it. Wait. You know what? Let me rephrase. I didn't mean first, like, say love you.
They're all still alive. I don't, please God.
Okay,
I don't want to
I
say
didn't mean
anything.
it. Okay, I swear, Bill, I don't mean it like that. You know, he's like, go ahead, Greg, you're on a roll. No, the first, like, girls always have a crush.
Oh, on a super
Yeah,
somebody?
and anyway,
or a-
and yeah, just your first.
Oh, you know who I had a crush on growing up? Now, please don't laugh. Did you ever used to watch The Rifleman?
Yeah.
I used to have a crush
I had
on
no
that
choice,
little
remember?
boy.
I don't remember the little boy. I just remember.
He was a little boy. Well, I was a little girl, so it worked out. I was a little girl, he was a little boy. It's not
Right.
like I'm a pedophile. But I did have a crush on this kid. I think once I wrote him a fan letter, too. I think.
Did you?
I think if I'm not mistaken, I did. And I got one of these pictures back that was autographed.
Right.
And I was so excited, you know. That was before we knew that, you know, they autographed. It wasn't even
Right,
autographed
it
by
wasn't
him.
real,
It wasn't,
right.
it wasn't a
Machine.
real autograph. But I think I just found that not long ago and threw it out.
Really?
Yeah, I say that's my problem.
I think I got to tell you, my first true love was Farrah Fawcett.
You and
That was
everybody else.
That was the poster I had. Oh, wait, then you're going to laugh. This is really bad. Well, Farrah Fawcett, you know, had that beautiful blonde hair. And I started getting all these posters and then
She was
the other one,
beautiful.
not Kate Jackson, the other one,
Jacqueline
Smith.
Oh, she was beautiful.
her, right?
too.
And so my friend used to work at a record store and used to give me these posters, right? So my whole room had posters. And then there's one poster that I was like, blonde hair out to here like that. So I hang it up and I said, I don't remember this person. And my brother walks into the room and he's looking at all the posters. And back then, I remember they used to have like the neon panther where if you put the purple light on, it kind of
Oh, right,
like
right, right,
groovy
yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
So, so I had this one poster up there and all these other posters. And he goes, why do you have a picture of a dude up there? I said, it's not a dude. It was Leif Garrett or something like that.
Yes, I
I
remember.
was like,
Oh, that's too
I was
funny.
like, that's not a dude, that's a girl because the hair was over. It was just a face. It didn't. Man, I ran up on the bed, ripped it. Oh my God.
Well, I love Farrah Fawcett, and I think every other girl did too. So it was, I'll never forget it because it was like right around our reunion, 10th high school reunion, I think, or something like that. Anyway, and I went and I had my hair done. And I always wore my hair the same. So this time now I had my hair, well, I'm going to tell you something. When I tell you that I thought, man, that I could not be any better, the little hair, and it all was like the shags, and it was just fabulous. Till the next day we went to the beach. Well, all that little flipping back when you're wet is all in your face. My girlfriend said to me, this guy said to me, I don't think that's a good look for you because it
God.
was all wet in my face like a dog. But it looked nice dry for a short time. But I never did that again, cut my hair. I always kept
Really?
it one, oh yeah, because that was,
I remember especially back then, and I was born in '66, so I remember in the '70s and on, and even
You're
in
a
the late
baby.
'60s.
I graduated high school in
I-
'66.
I just love when people say that. I'm
No wonder you're
56
so
years old
cute.
and I'm a baby.
No
I
wonder
love
you're
that.
so
Thank you.
cute.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. I turned around and I remember everybody had afros and Greg Brady, you know, the Brady bunch.
Right.
He had, I mean, so I had that kind of big curls and stuff, and I was so upset that. I mean, everybody was wearing like picks, and they were wearing whatever,
tight, I
and that was like the really in thing, and with the bell bottoms, and I always had hand me downs. So I know a long time ago, I know you remember this, is when you had a hole in your jeans, your mom ironed
Yes, iron on patches.
iron on patches, right? Well, because it was hand me down, it was just an iron on jean because it was all iron on. That's all it was because it was just passed down. And I used to get so angry that how come I can't look like all these cool guys and I can't put a pick in my hair, and it just didn't look right. And then a friend of mine says, here, you want to have a pick in your hair? Now this guy, he was in Vietnam and he was a cool school Richie, Irish guy, and he had red hair and he had the biggest fro that I've ever seen of red hair. I swear to you, he's the only one that I've ever seen
Oh, I can't believe
with
it.
a big redhead fro. And then he turned around and he goes, dude, here, man. And he takes his pick out and he puts it into my hair, but it was a pick that folded and closed.
Oh.
And I felt so happy that, wow, look, I can wear a pick. If that didn't last either, that fell right out of my hair.
You were one
but
of the cool kids
I
for a
wanted to be,
moment
I
in
wanted to be a
time.
cool kid for a moment, and I just didn't work out that way. But yeah, I just remember playing stoop ball, and you know what? All these things were, especially back then. I mean, I hate all this media. I mean, I like the media when you want to use it for good, but it's like the kids now. It's so hard. We talked about this many times in the past that you can't get the kids out of the house because they're just stuck on this on the computers and stuff like that. And we used to play stoop ball and caps and hopscotch, and I even learned how to double dutch, and I was pretty good with that one.
Wow.
Yeah, so
But we used to call. I tell my grandson all the time, well, go. You'd think I was from another era. Well, I am. I said, well, why don't you call for so-and-so? Calling to them means they're calling up. I said, we used to, what happened? Well, I said, well, we'd go over and ring the bell. He said, what happened if they weren't home? I said, well, we'd come home. And then what? I said, and then when was enough time passed, we'd actually walk back again. He said, you went back again? I said, that's the only way we could do it.
it's true.
Knocked on the door and asked if they wanted to come
Yeah,
out
that's
and
it.
play.
Can you
What'd
come out and
think
play?
about it?
That's right. Yeah,
Now they
I missed
parallel
that,
play.
yeah.
They'll have a play date and they'll parallel play. They're each playing on their phones.
Right.
Why bother? But
Yeah,
it's but it's all right. I'll tell you something, and then we'll figure out how it works out. Because I worked with some girls, and they were texting all the time. They had no vocabulary. Because I wrote a press release, and I said in lieu of, and one of the girls with a master's degree said to me, "Is that a word?" I said, "Don't they have words of power anymore in high school?" Anyway, to make a very long story short, I feel sorry for them because they don't have the social skills to network and
That's
go out
right.
and do things. But on the flip side of that is that generation will be us when they grow up, and they'll have used to this life. So maybe, the social graces and things like that we're so used to, maybe they won't exist anymore.
No,
It's a
you know what I
different-
gotta tell
It'll be
you?
a different world.
You know what? I wish we could revert back. Because
do
I got to
too.
tell you something. You really did appreciate it, and everybody had social skills. I remember Merriam Dictionary.
Yes.
Webster.
Yes.
Oh, Webster was first, I remember. Because my father made me write one. When I used to get punished, he would turn around and say after school, if I did something, whatever, after being reprimanded, punished, whatever it is, he would take like 20 pages and say, write these. So I'd have to stay up all night. And I have to put every comma, 20 pages till I finished that. I remember, yeah, it was the
Good way to
Webster.
learn.
Yeah, but not really. I hated it.
I
mean,
know, but-
I understand, and it wasn't even. It was just a punishment, and then I used to write books, and I think maybe that's why I have a thing about not putting my book together because
Maybe
I
you
wrote
have a
so
thing
many
against
books.
it.
You know what I mean?
But
So
it's, the kids today, they don't.
yeah.
I don't know.
My
how-
kids will tell you. My older ones will tell you that when I used to punish them, I would say, all right, here, and I would grab whatever, and I would make them write like 2-3 pages.
So
or
you
something.
passed down what
Yeah,
you
I did,
knew.
and then after they said, what am I doing? But I kept a lot of their work.
Oh, I bet
I
it's
still have it,
fabulous.
and I was like, look at this, and I felt horrible doing it, and it's just, but I did it. At least I thought I was doing the right thing. But
Well, you can't, when you're dealing with I can remember one time having a discussion with my father, and my father was very logical and methodical, and very much a person you could reason with. Until there would be a glassy look that he got over his eyes that would tell me that, no, this isn't working because in his mind, he's doing the best thing for me.
Right.
So you can't reason with a parent who's determined that they're doing the best for their child.
Right.
That's the one reason that you can't get around.
it's true.
That
They
was
may
how
not
he
agree
was.
with them. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're right. But anyway, love. It is that time to say goodbye.
Well, thank you so much for
No,
having me
thank
today.
you.
I didn't realize how difficult it is. I could talk, the ears off a brass monkey, but I couldn't believe how difficult it is to sit here. Tina, you have my utmost respect. Hurry up, please, and get better. Please. I don't mind sitting as a third, but the second is too much pressure for me. I'm blabbing my life story here. Help me.
Bill's not happy with it, but I'm sorry, Bill. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, Cliff, thank you again for doing what you do. And
Cliff's the best.
yep, which Cliff always does the best. So we want to thank our sponsors. First of all, guys, don't forget, you got to share this. Anytime you see the show, share any type of comments. I know a lot of times people just watch and don't comment, but you can always comment even after the fact, and we'll always answer you because a lot of times people say they can't get to watch it when they're at work, so it's when they get home. That's why you get all the views. But I'm very grateful that you guys still get to watch this anyway. Yeah, so I just want to thank Tranquility Spa, 700 Franklin Avenue in Franklin Square, for your foot massage, back massage, neck massage, head massage. They're great. They really are. And then I want to thank Teddy and Christina from Oro Puro Jewelry. They're at 1033 Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square. They have every kind of jewelry you could imagine. And Valentina, you know what? You're really amazing. The things that you write, stop writing. Thank you. Just stop writing. Private text. I said to you, just private text. That's all right. I understand what you're saying, okay? And anyway, Jackson Hewitt, the Prince of Taxes. Prince, he's a great guy. He's 978 Hempstead Turnpike in Franklin Square. Today is the deadline for your taxes, so don't forget. They had a poll this morning, and it said 80% of the people in New York so far have done their taxes. 10% said, I don't care.
Bill did his.
You did yours today? Okay, good
And
man, good man.
He likes to be early.
Next week early? All right. Melissa Figueroa giving you a shout out. How are you? And anybody else that we missed? I know we missed a few other people, but thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Valentina will be back on Thursday.
Yay!
So you could say it's a
Wrap.